And there we go. Hello, guys.
Heyo.
Hey.
So, you guys have at least made it to episode 4, so you're not done terribly bad yet.
Fun.
So, to recap last episode, you left the camp of the blacksmith that you met. A man by the name of... I've lost my notes. Fuck. Augustus, that was it, Augustus. And going down the road towards Selinka, you noticed a deep inlaid track in the road where a cart had derailed and had crashed into the forest by about 60 or 70 feet. There you encountered one sole survivor, a man by the name of Rayleigh, who explained he was ferrying a lady to Yorulvan for a gathering, and the undead attack had occurred. The horses had deviated and crashed through the trees, and the lady had died, as well as his squad. You escorted him back to Selinka into the welcome embrace of the Lord, and you were offered a potential reward for bringing back alive Rayleigh, and given the option to stay the night. It is there where we start. Before people go to sleep and actually have their full rest, is there anything anyone would like to do?
At this
Can
point,
I-
no.
Can I brew up my herbs
Yes, you can.
and give me some good tastings for them?
Can I have a survival check? I will point out as well, you also met pig people,
We did.
and you
Yay,
were
big people.
briefed on a potential wise woman, Wiccan, to the east. And
20.
The Wicked Witch of the East.
possibly.
I thought it was safe. Wasn't it South
Has
East
she
or
got
South West?
green skin?
Don't know.
Can we have a musical number?
Maybe. Later.
Thank you.
With the
That's all I want
survival roll
tonight.
of a 20, you're able to apply the herbs in such a way that they become usable, and you feel that, if taken, they're going to alleviate a lot of your current ailments, if not... They won't fix them, but it's going to make you feel better. And I will say, as a benefit, if they are taken, as these were to be taken like tea leaves, it will negate the need of the extra 2 hours of sleep tonight. Okay?
Okie dokie.
Are you taking them?
Yeah.
You have 4 doses of it. You have 4 days or 4 rests worth of this medicine. Now 3 as you take this. And essentially, if taken before a rest, it negates the need for the extra 2 hours.
I'll start that then. I won't bother tonight if we're in a relatively safe spot.
Okie dokie. What about the rest of you? Essentially, I'm giving you guys the chance to do shit in the house before you go to sleep. If you want. You can just say no.
Could I talk to... I don't know, the head guard? Can't remember his name. I
Trevor.
didn't write it down. Trevor, yes. Like, yeah, find him and
Well,
ask him about
if you
things.
want, I can kind of retcon it and say that as he showed you to your quarters, you could have followed him out and had a word.
Yeah. I was going to ask, do you have a inventory, a written up log of everything in your vault, just so I can peruse and see what we'd like to
Not
go
exactly,
missing?
but I've worked here long enough that I pretty much have a keen eye for what's in there.
I do have a small magical ability to know what items do, how you tune to them, and sort of their inner workings. I wouldn't. I'd like to give a gesture of my services for the Lord, as he has lost his daughter in these times. I'd just like to do that. It'd be 10 minutes per item, but it'd be something small, so at least he knows what some of the
Look.
items in his vault do.
I'm doing you guys a favour, allowing you inside the vaults, because you've done us a service. The Lord wouldn't dare allow people in there outside of his staff, the trusted staff. It's gonna be a case of, and he kind of leans in and he's saying this a bit quietly, it's literally gonna be a case of grab one and take it before someone notices. There's not gonna be time for looking, messing about. Just go in. If you see something you like, you can take it. If not, leave it.
That is fine. I just wanted to provide a service of sorts, just to try
I
and
appreciate it, but trust
up a
me,
mood.
the Lord is rather protective of that stuff, even though he's probably not the most attuned to everything that's in there, but I am. And I will keep an eye. I'll take you all in one at a time. You can grab an item and leave it be. Agreed?
Okay then. Thank you. That is all.
So, is there anything else?
Okay, so I'll just presume I overheard them. Can I ask Trevor if I can go check on the pig people?
They're in the barn at the minute. If you really want to speak to them, by all means.
I do. Can you point me in the right direction?
So,
Please.
just go back down the stairs, down the main corridor and out the front door. Once you're out there, take a sharp left and go around the back of the building. It's where we normally keep the horses, but considering they went out with the lady some days ago, we have no need for it now.
Cool. I will do that, and I will go into the stables.
Okay.
As I'm going through, can I hear where the other people are, like the general town folk?
Roll a perception check as you're walking through the building. Kilnar, anything interesting for you?
Sure.
Going through the house, you hear murmurs and talking of multiple people. It's hard to pinpoint direction and numbers, but there's a fair few people in the house, and there's like just that, when people are just having conversations with themselves, and it just creates that general buzz of noise across a space.
Okay, so they're kind of, you sound a bit like they're spread out.
Yeah, they're not exactly in one concentrated area.
Okay, that's all.
Kilnar,
Okay.
anything interesting, or should we go to the barn? To the barn. So, Terra, you follow the main corridor down, out through the front building, round to the left. You see a well put together and well made barn. Made of
Do I
wood.
notice anything interesting between the two buildings? Like a garden and like funky statues, just for reference.
There is on the grounds a well put together ground keeping service. The grass is lush. There are nice decorative plants and flowers. Not really any statues or statuettes or things of that nature. But the garden is very lush and it's well kept and maintained.
Would I notice if any of them are like medicinal plants?
That would be a nature check.
That's a no.
You're unsure, and given the basic knowledge of there is a lot of poisonous plants out there, you don't really want to take the risk and say, that one might be good. You do notice a small vegetable garden, however. Seems like a personal one for the house.
Do they have any pears? Like, is there a pear tree? I'm joking.
Remember, given the time of year, things are just starting to sprout and grow. Nothing is ripe and ready.
They don't have an orangarium.
Unfortunately, everything seems to be outdoors. There's no greenhouse, conservatory type area that you can see.
These poor rich people. Okay, onto
These
the
poor rich people. Okay. So,
onto the bar.
you move to the barn. You open the one sliding door, and you see row of different stable areas where, like, a horse would be kept in each one. And you can hear the snorting and rustling of the pigs as they've all been shepherded into one area.
Cool. Can I see any sort of like food left, like the horses that they'd keep there?
There's hay and there's different grains in the barn, in barrels and in bales.
Can you see is there like apples or like fruit or anything they'd give to the horses? I don't know.
Investigation check.
I generally don't know what horses eat.
I like this. The first rolls of the game, look for apples.
Investigation. Hang on.
Yeah, no worries.
Did that work?
Look
Yeah.
for apples in early spring, in very, very early spring, like when.
Yeah, there are no fresh fruit, but there are sacks of grain and oats available.
I'll grab a couple of handfuls and go towards my pig friends.
Okay.
I'm really sad when they die. I mean, get them back into. I mean,
So you go over to the pig
I'll just be
friends.
gone a second, guys.
Okay. You see them look up in recognition, and the three of them, like, gather round near you.
okay. I will cast, because I hope I'm getting some sleep soon. I'll cast Speak with Menominals.
Speak with Menominals, yeah?
Menominals.
Yeah.
Yeah. And be like, hey guys, you're doing okay? They weren't too rough with you, were they?
Oh, no, they were fine, but, how long before we can get back to normal? Yes, how long before we can get back to normal? This is ridiculous, I need to know. This is uncalled for, this is uncanny, this is terrible.
I know it is, guys, and I'm trying my best. It shouldn't be more than a couple of days until we can get you all back to normal.
Yes, but I don't like it, I want to go home, I want to be back to normal, I don't want to be a pig, I want to just fucking eat the pigs.
It's called cannibalism, and I don't approve.
I am a human, remember.
Oh, you're just a pig with delusions of grandeur.
You can't, if he could throw his arms up in, like, oh, he would.
Okay, well, I'll hand out some. I was like, guys, this is all I can find. I've got some grain for you. Do you like grain?
It's better than nothing. Yes. Please, just give us some food. I am starving.
Yeah. So I'll give him a couple handfuls of this grain stuff, and give Mr. Salty like a head rub again, because I know he likes it really.
Roll animal handling with disadvantage.
This pig. But it's a person.
This is why it's with disadvantage.
It is okay. Animal handling.
You're trying to pet a person.
11.
You go to pet him, and he kind of purposely ducks his head down and, like, backs up. No, I said I don't like to be petted. Don't pet me. Don't pet me.
That's fine.
Patronising, and it's not funny.
I'll go and pet the other ones.
Okay.
They do really obviously like. That's fine then, and go over to.
He goes and sulks in the corner like.
Is it Lassie or
Eh?
what was it? Hang on, the other one, the barmaid. Is it Lassie?
Yes.
I made notes for once. Remembered names. Woo.
There were
I'll
4
go-
pigs. You had Tolvar the butcher, who is the one currently sulking.
Mhm.
Balgrim, the town's guard. Yoslin, the farmhand, and Lassie, the bar wench.
Yeah, I'll go over to Lassie. Or, you know, what, I don't know who's who. I'm going to just presume one's Lassie.
It's acceptable, but just get it. If it makes you feel better.
So I'll give her a cuddle. I just make my raid and just be affectionate with all of them. So they know that they are loved. even if they're still pigs.
You receive different levels of affection from the different people, as they are still people, just in the forms of pigs. And you do that, herbs are made, you had your discussion with Trevor. Kilnar is just keeping himself quiet and available if something arises.
Okay, so
Sam, are
now
you back yet?
Hi.
Okay. As night draws in and draws near, people start to slowly go to sleep. Are you doing watches, or because you're behind fences with guards, are you gonna allow rest to take more?
I'm gonna sit in the window for like another couple of hours just after everyone's gone to sleep, just to watch the walls and see how they're keeping them out.
Perception
For what?
check.
Is it what the
Bargain.
I'm just doing a heckin' collapse.
You're doing a hecking collapse. Okay. Terry,
I'm asleep.
you know what?
percept well?
are you sleeping in the barn?
F it, I'm gonna cuddle with the pigos and sleep with the pigos.
I'm gonna go back to where quarters and go to sleep.
Okay.
I'll sleep with them pigs.
What did
What
happen
they're
to the
doing,
horses?
Monsec, you notice that there are patrols patrolling the perimeter of the fence during the night. A couple of undead do come at time to time, and because it's like a slatted bar fence, they're able to use swords and stuff and attack them through the fence without them coming at them. And they do that with relative quickness before anything happens. You see that people often patrol in twos or relatively close.
Okay. Yeah,
And-
after that, like, sort of seeing that
Can you make a
it's actually
wisdom
going to be
saving
safe
throw,
here.
please?
Pardon?
Make me a wisdom saving throw. Bargain.
Oh, that's bad.
Bargain, you're in a restless sleep. And you're in a space of absolute darkness. Your feet are on the floor and solid. And you continue to hear the voices goading you to do things against your nature and to attack and hurt people. Bring them to us, referring to whatever's talking. And as this is happening, you hear them stop and be like, "There's someone else here. Someone who isn't one of us yet. Who are you?" And you see a blinding light appear in front of you. As Monsec, you are blinded temporarily. And Bargand, you see a visage of Monsec in front of you. What are you doing here? This is our vessel. What do you say?
Wait, they're talking to me?
They're talking to Monsec in your mind.
Ew.
You're talking to my friend. Yeah.
He is
Thing, it's
ours.
useful to me at
He's
the
nothing
moment.
to do with you.
See, that kind of language gets me annoyed. And I try and probe them, like... Yeah, try and use it again, like, to have them do a wisdom save to see if I can't probe their mind a bit more.
Okay. Let's roll it.
It's then. Oh, yeah.
24.
Oh, they succeed.
You feel as you try to push, they push back. You do not know who you're dealing with here. Pitiful changeling.
Oh, you have got so much more to worry about.
Make another wisdom saving throw, please.
Damn it.
Quickly.
You feel a wave of energy come over you and attempt to mentally crush you, considering you're not physically there. Bargand, you are able to interact at any point by please say if you wish. As you feel like a non-visible weight press upon your body, Monsek. This druid
Yeah,
is
this is getting
ours,
strenuous.
and he
Thing is,
will bring
I'm
you
here
to
to
us.
observe. Yeah, I'm here to observe, not to take over like you are. I just need to
Druid.
see what these voices were.
Druid, deal with him in the morrow. Make sure
I just
he...
crack my knuckles and just go, give him a thumbs up and go,
Thumbs up back. If I have to come in here every single night to have a chat with you, I will.
I'm fine.
If you keep interfering with us, you will be dealt with accordingly. As the light vanishes and you're both left in pitch black, you feel the ground beneath you fall away and you fall for about 50 feet and you both wake up startled in the morning. And
I look straight out at him and
Bargand,
just
you
like put a
you
finger.
bolt up and you see that Monsek is kind of fell asleep on top of you as he must have been leaning over you as he fell asleep. Terry, you wake up in the barn with your pigs. Rested but achy. And Kilnar, you wake up in the same room as well, and you get startled as they wake up with a bolt, and you see Kilnar on top of Bargand. No, Monsek on top of Bargand, sorry.
I must have been sleepwalking. Get up off of him. And then just like
Just as you go
keeping
to get
my
up, I
head
just
away.
go, if you wanted a hug. Just give him a great big giant can hug.
Roll con save.
Yeah.
Monsek.
Oh god.
All you had to do is ask.
You
Oh,
take
God.
1 point of crushing damage as you were not prepared, as you just hear the spine crack, and it's just like a fuck.
Ow. Ow. Let go of me. Tapping on his like body.
I just let go and be like, head pats, but gentle head pats, not joking head pats.
Yeah, that's fine. Oops.
What happened does not need to be mentioned again. Should we go find the other?
I guess so. I'm not even really sure what is happening at the minute.
Any more of those voices?
They never went away.
Nah, no more than any other time.
You guys start the process of waking up and getting ready to go and find where Terry's gone, as he is no longer present. As a couple of hard knocks at the door, as you see Trevor stick his head in and go, "Morning, I trust you're all ready to leave." Oh, where's the fourth one?
The bar.
I'm guessing wherever he wandered off to before we got here.
Right.
How are you? He's in the bag. That's where I left him.
Right, I'm going to grab him. Get yourselves dressed and whatever. The
Just
main...
to point out, I'm a her.
Okay. Oh, you still...
I still have the boobs.
Okay, you still...
I still have the boobs, just saying.
Okay. I'll go get her. Get dressed, get ready. The main lobby where you came in yesterday. Be there in 5 minutes. And you see him quickly turn around and go to look for Terry.
Where's Terry then?
Okay, so
A few more moments later, as you're waking up, as it's the crack of dawn, and the pigs are in relative states of slumber, you hear the door as you see a shadowed figure in the sunlight looking. Ah, there you are. Why are you sleeping in the barn of all places as you see, or you hear, Trevor? You don't see him, because you see a silhouette of him.
Pig people are okay. They're feeling vulnerable.
Right. Your friends are getting ready to leave, and also your reward for bringing back Rayleigh yesterday. 5 minutes, main lobby, yes? Get yourself prepared and whatever you need.
Okay. So, I'll pour out some more food for the pigs, and leave them there, and then we'll come back for them.
Okie dokie. A few moments go by. I'm assuming all of you do eventually meet in the lobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben?
Yes.
Okay. Trevor comes back and he's like, right, this is how it's going to work. As I said, I'm going to take you in one at a time. Have a look. Don't spend too long. Grab something and go. Let me see what it is before you leave, so I know what's no longer there. So, who wants to go first?
Go on, my Dragonborn fellow. I'm sure you'll have an interesting time.
You need to talk to them.
Well, you're the only Dragonborn here. Right, so, come with me. Again, you don't have long, so it's going to be look, grab, go. Okay? Last thing is I don't want the Lord to kind of see what we're doing. I'll explain it to him after. And you are led under the first floor into the basement, into a large vault in which he has a unusual shaped object that acts as a key for. It's a metal door with the keyhole in the centre. You hear the metal chinks as the pins retract, and it's like a door. Right. So, in, grab, go. Okay? Gilnar. Good. And he opens the door, and you step in and you see shelves and tables and chests filled with items, gold, and different curios. Roll me an investigation check as you quickly look around. Okay.
Ooh.
You don't get... You kind of get blinded with the amount of stuff that's there, so you focus intently on the table directly in front. On it, you see a Hessian sack with gemstones. You see a wooden box with 4 red potions inside. And a pair of gloves that look intricate and laden. What are you grabbing?
What was it again? I heard
A Hessian sack with some gemstones inside. A small wooden box with 4 red potions. And a pair of purple and silver silk gloves.
potions.
You're taking the potions. You have, after you come out, Trevor goes, right, that's fine. Not the greatest, but they will work just as good as any of the others. You have 4 potions of healing. Standard potions of healing. You are led back. You see Kilnar come back with a small wooden box and you hear the rattling of glass inside. Right, who's next? Come on, we don't have all day.
Anybody else want to go first?
Okay, you wish to go.
Hurry, just go.
Terry, you follow Trevor down into the basement.
As we're going, can I cast Detect Magic?
Okay. You cast Detect Magic as you go. And you pick up various magical symbols and schools of magic. You enter the room, roll me an investigation check.
Yes, sure, that's the thing. Oh, wow.
Right, so let me quickly grab my nifty little page because I need it for the schools of magic. You pick up multiple hints of magic. You're unable to pinpoint all of them. The ones that grab your attention immediately is in a trunk at the back of the room. You pick up 2 abjuration schools of magic. On the table in front of you, you pick up a 3rd abjuration magic, and on a shelf to the left, conjuration. I'm assuming you're focusing on the magical items, so I'm giving you the option out of those.
Yeah, so what?
There's 2 hints of abjuration at the back of the room in a trunk. There's
I'm gonna go.
an abjuration magic coming from the pair of gloves on the table, and a jug on a shelf is showing conjuration.
Can I see what's in the chest at the back?
Okay, you quickly go over to the chest. You flip it and you see 2 items mixed in with fabrics and different protections to keep them safe. One of them is... We've got people wanting to stay away. It's not safe. One of them is a...
No interrupting.
One of them is... It's a mannequin's hand, and you see 3 silver rings, each with onyx gems laid on. They seem to be a part of a small set. That's inside of a box. This mannequin hand's inside of a smaller box, and you see the 3 silver rings with onyx gems on top. You also, putting simply, a large metallic rod that seems to be a large marital aid of some description, which also gives off abjuration magic. It is double-ended.
All the best ones are.
So, looking at those 2 items, with Trevor watching you, which one do you grab?
So you said the mannequin hand's got just 3 rings, or is it in a box?
It's in a box. The mannequin hand with the 3 silver onyx rings it's in a smaller box inside. It's a part of a set. Or the double-ended marital aid.
You know what? I'm just going to take the mannequin hand.
You're going to take the mannequin hand, okay.
I'm going to take the mannequin hand.
Okie dokie.
I'm just going to
Wait
keep...
for the cat to go out the way. You've got the chat saying no, take the aid. But the choice has been made. You come out with the small box and goes, don't know what they do. They're nice rings? Sure. Take them.
Thank you, Trevor. And I lean in and give him a hug.
Thanks.
And as I press my chest against him, can I be like, are you sure I can't take anything else?
Roll a persuasion.
Hang on. 21.
Kind of looks up the basement and goes, quick.
I lean in and I'll be like, whispering like directly into his ear. To suggest. As I like caress the side of his head.
And what are you saying?
What would you suggest?
Let him have a roll. What type of thing do you want? Are you looking for anything in particular?
Offensively magic wise, like offensively powered would be good. I'm a bit low on that.
He quickly goes in, and on the shelf, wrapped in a linen cloth, he comes out with a small, like matchbox-shaped item. I didn't give you these.
No, you did. No, you didn't.
And he gives you a nod. You take them.
I just like slip it down my cleavage.
Yeah.
Like.
Okay. Right. No time to look at them. Let's get you to your friends.
Okay, and I go back up.
Right. 2 people, 2 things. Who's next?
Bargain, you go first, my good man. I will leave it to
You
to
stop,
go
said-
last.
Did someone just go?
I shall head in then.
You head in.
As they leave, I turn to Trevor and ask anything interesting.
Some bits down there, you know, have a gander, have a rummage.
Thank you, General Marketing.
Get in there, mate.
I mean, if you check the chat, they're not happy with you, Blake.
I mean, nobody ever is, but what particularly are they not happy with?
Chloe wanted you to take the dip.
I'll tell him what he can do with that later.
Bargained, you're led down into the vault. Say that again. Ben?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought you did, sorry. You're led down into the vault and it's your turn to pilfer an item. Investigation
I
check.
shall cast in my detective magics
Okay.
from Miracles.
Investigation.
Yeah, just checking out that one. Anything particular?
That's
Oh, that's
intimidation.
It's not much better.
No. Again, you're putting an
Do I
emphasis.
scare the items?
Ah, no, the book screams.
I take the book that screamed.
You're focusing on the magic items, so you take a quick look around. In a chest at the back, you see abjuration magic. In front of you on the table, there is further abjuration magic coming from a pair of gloves. A jug to the left, on a shelf, gives conjuration magic. You also pick up, on a small box to the right, a... so let me have a quick look. It's evocation magic. What do you go to?
Well, can I see what's inside the boxes that's giving off these? Or is it just the box itself?
The box to the right, you quickly open it, you see a set of manacles. That's what's giving off the magic. The trunk at the back, you see a large metallic marital aid. as discussed before.
Yeah, I'm just gonna close that one right down and be like, no.
Okay.
What was the one? On the left, the gloves.
No, the table in front of you had the gloves. On the left was conjuration magic, and it's a large jug.
I'll take the gloves.
Okay. You take the gloves. You leave happy. And you are
Me
led
grin
back.
on my face.
You get led back into the lobby where people have been looking over what they have pilfered.
Find anything interesting, bargain?
No, not really. It's just a bunch of stuff, isn't it?
Right, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
And you, as the fourth, are also led down. You are shown into this vault of antiquities. Investigation
Cool.
check. Okay.
How'd I do?
In a jewellery box, you see a fine decorative gold necklace. On the table in front of you, you see a sack of gems. And a large, unusual looking jug on the shelf to the left. And a box with manacles hanging out on the right.
I walk around the room going, yes. I'm going to cast sleep at second level, but I want to try and hide it that he doesn't see that I've done a spell to him.
Sleight of hand.
Oh no. I thought it'd be a performance check. Trying to hide my words.
Okay.
I did put a message in the normal staff line. The channel
He fails to notice. And roll it.
Isn't that meant to be our job to sort the bugs out anyway?
What level are you doing this at?
Level 2. So it's the D 5d8 and then I think it's 7d8.
Yeah, because it's 2d8 extra per level.
Okay, Boomer.
I think if you click on the numbers, I think
we
you
go.
do it.
I'm assuming Trevor is the target.
Oh yeah. Try to avoid me at all costs just in case.
The room inside is big enough that you are able to do this. Trevor drops to the floor, asleep.
As he goes to fall, like sort of while I'm looking at him, just before he passes out, sort of look like I go to reach for him before he goes to hit the ground.
Okay.
I'll take the necklace out of the box and pocket it,
Okay.
and then go lift Trevor like I went to catch him, and try and wake him up after that.
Okay. Roll me a D100.
There you go.
Okay.
I'm trying to get into it, but it's not working.
He is currently
Right, I'm on the
fully unconscious.
on the link, it's just on a loading screen, that's it, constant.
I've got to say the duration's only, I think it's a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to say I'll just wait.
So you wake him up, and he kind of starts like,
Yeah.
"Oh, what happened? Where am I?"
Are you okay? I looked your way and you just started to phase out. Like your eyes went all hazy and you started to sway. Are you okay? Dehydrated?
I'm okay. Maybe
Have
I
you
need
eaten
to
your
drink more.
breakfast this morning?
I did, but I left half of it. That might not be.
That's probably it. You need to keep up your food.
Yeah, right.
I'll quickly go select my thing. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What's left again?
A bag of gems on a table directly ahead of you. A ornate jug to the left on a shelf. A box with a set of manacles into the right. And
Automatically opens it.
that's all that you saw originally with what's left.
I'll just click the link.
I'm gonna go with the manacles.
The manacles, okay.
They seem fun. I like show them him and then quickly stop
Yeah.
late.
Right. Let's go, yes, and he locks the vault up behind you and he's kind of like a bit, the fuck? Like, because he's confused, like, he thought he was good and, you know.
Then suddenly felt sleepy.
Yeah. Weird. You are led back. Right. So, I hope everyone's happy with what they've got. Now, please don't keep them out in the manor. And,
I've got to say I've already packed mine away, like just into my bag out of the way.
yeah. Right, so, is there anything else you need before you leave? No, Kai, he only took the necklace as an extra.
Is Kai disappointed that nobody took the marital aid?
He made it.
I didn't know about it.
Fine, we can always come back when they're all dead.
I believe that is it. If we could have some food before we go, that would be greatly appreciated. How about you can finish your breakfast with us?
Yeah. And he asks one of the guards to go and grab some ration packs to give. And you are led through where breakfast is provided. You're all fully fed. And you are given, for the troubles, between the lot of you, 10 rations. 10 days worth of rations.
Is Trevor still with us, or has he wandered off?
No. I'm saying this has happened during breakfast. If you want to talk to him, you can.
Yeah, I was going to ask him if he would know anywhere we could acquire a cart from.
Before everything that happened, I would have said the carpenters near the Smiths, but now I'm not sure.
Cool. Do you guys have a spare cart? Wink.
We only had the one, and unfortunately that went with the lady.
What could you tell me about the church? Everywhere else seemed to be on fire, damaged, or pig infested. The chapel seemed to be perfectly perfectly fine.
The only thing I could say is that whatever's happened here is purely unholy, and maybe a higher power's the way through.
Yes, that does sound religious-y.
Well, I've never seen this or anything like this. I'd call it anything but near normality. It is something that only the evilest of things from the other places could do.
Would there be anybody in this country who would be capable of that sort of, like, evil? That you know of?
No. I have no idea. I mean, the only thing I could think is that someone, somewhere did bring the ire of our lords. And this is maybe retribution.
Something like doing large-scale necromantic?
I
Can't say the word, but you know what I mean.
I don't know what that is.
Could... Oh, well, I've got his name gone. His name is gone. What was his name?
Trevor?
Not Trevor. No, the guy who did the large-scale magic and got hung. Necromancy dude.
Oh yeah, that evil guy. Wait for it. I have the name somewhere.
Neville the Necromancer.
I'll pull
Yes.
his name up. Here's my notes.
Thank you.
Akdoon. Archmage Akdoon. Yeah?
And he's an archmage.
I want to quickly do Mr. Speed Trace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
It's Archmage Akdoon.
I just said maybe it's in the room with a blue.
But didn't, like, people kill him like a year ago?
I heard something about a man like that, but I've kept to myself here in these years. I think the furthest I've gone is the next town over.
I was just getting the hell out of here.
Would there be anybody in town that would be particularly knowledgeable of the magical ways?
Thanks, Carl.
As he makes another intelligence roll.
I don't know where the hell it is.
I don't know.
To the church. I mean,
That is the only way out of this room.
I mean, the church is always one place to go for wise words.
What do you think about these rumours about a hag?
No, I looked too soon at these.
wow, how rude.
Sadly, I'm not talking about you, Tickle.
But still, how
Well,
rude.
my ex-wife was pretty bad, I must say.
Did you live in the house
I
so they
jest,
so
I
they
jest.
would?
I jest. It's fine. I've heard the common folk and the farmhands talking about seeing weird things and hearing weird things and things going wrong.
How long have these rumours been going on?
About a month or two.
And there's never been talk of this wise woman beforehand.
No, she came out of nowhere. But who's to say the babblings of a drunk farmer are to be believed? But when I saw those people, and he says that question because he doesn't quite know, and he's like,
People who
that,
Yeah,
Paul.
that I will say made me readjust my mind.
Where would these rumours have said she lived?
Again, as he rolls another roll.
Because I can't speak to the pigs.
In the forest, I think. Something about how she would come in, do some, like, weird magic, attack people, steal children, eat bones, and all this. I don't know. It's hard to believe what you don't believe, and then suddenly
anybody
find out that
give
there
her
may
a
be
name?
truth to it all.
Did anybody drop a
Like the
name?
sky
there?
being purple.
What was that?
Like the sky being purple, like referencing back to when he confused the Lord.
The sky is purple jam. Don't start this conversation.
Oh, fuck.
The sky is purple jam.
Started.
Yes.
Don't make me convince this poor dude that the sky is purple jam, because I will.
Don't get into that again, please.
Do not make me go there, because I will ruin his life.
So, I believe we should, unless Bargain has anything to add, I believe that we should be heading out, see what supplies we can get.
Yes, well, if you do see anyone out there, please help them and bring them back here. We can't leave here without risking the people inside already. So if you can find people and help them get to safety, that would be much appreciated. You all good? Hello, everybody.
Ben, is there anything you want to do?
Nope.
I'd like to take Bargain aside at some point. Like, to talk.
Yeah. Well, if there's nothing more that you all need, do you wish me to show you all the way out?
Yeah.
Good.
Yes, I believe that is
But before
everything we need for information-wise.
we head off though, do you mind if Bargain has a look in your garden for any herbs that might benefit him?
Please, I don't mind.
Thank you.
Or do you have a specific herb garden that you'd be using?
Not my forte, that would have been the groundskeeper. If he was not one of them.
I'm sure we can find something, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Be safe, all of you.
Please tell me the groundskeeper was called Willie.
No, his
is
name was Winston.
That's what's in the box.
Oh, it's close. I can.
Oh, thank you.
You are led through the house, out of the dining hall, into the front lobby, and out the front door. Just make sure the guard on the door locks it behind you, yes?
Will do.
Godspeed. And may Chaunty and her gods compatriots look after you all.
Thank you, good sir.
As he kind of watches you go round the side of the house towards the garden that Terry spotted but a day ago, and shuts the doors closed.
So, where should we head off to?
Herbs, bargains. See if we can sort you out a bit more.
I mean, sure. I'll take a look around.
I will give him a hand, and I think what I need to look for.
Okay. Roll a survival check with advantage. Or both of you roll separate.
My survival's only a 1. It might be best
I'll
if
roll with advantage then. $18?
Having a look through, there's not any normal herbs per se, but you do come across some flowers that are both edible and have spiritualistic properties that, if ingested, can help give calm mindsets and relieve large amounts of stress.
Am I about to start a drug empire?
Maybe.
Is this including the veggie garden as well?
No, because you were looking for herbs.
Do I notice any of the... Because, like, I already know that the ones that I found before were kind of helpful. So would I automatically know what they look like? Would I be able to find them here?
As I said, there's no actual, like, normal herbs. It's a lot of flowers and decoratives. There is a small vegetable garden around the side, which you have noticed, but because you're looking for herbs and anything with healing properties and things like that, you don't find anything like that, other than some flowers that can be brewed and stuff in such a way to help.
Okay. I shall just put spiritual flower.
Them good weeds.
How many do I find?
3 flower heads.
What would be growing? Just from my general knowledge, what would be growing sort of seasonally this year, like vegetable wise?
That's a question Danny doesn't know, because Danny's not a botanist. So Danny will ask you to refrain from that act. Because Danny doesn't want to sound silly on camera.
So now that we've found some herbs and some interesting plants, shall we find ourselves a cart or even some more horses if possible?
Up entire of horses. Where did it go? Are they in the, did you put them in the stables or?
The what?
No, we left them outside at the front gate.
Oh, we did. Why did we do that?
Along with
The
everything you
bargain
own.
made us.
Okay. I'm just gonna quickly run in to say goodbye to the pig people and tell them we'll be back soon with the
We
cart.
gotta kill the pig people.
We're not killing the pig people. They're my friends.
They'll be dead before we get back.
Hey, dare you? Anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna wander off to the stable.
Okay.
As I'm walking over, I'm gonna ritualistically cast talk to animals.
Okay, so you spend 10 minutes to ritually cast that.
Yeah,
While everyone's
'cause I'm
waiting
like,
to leave.
Cool, wait. So cast that, go in, and I'm like, "Hey guys, you okay?" I'm assuming they're all awake.
No. They were all asleep. And you see Tolvar, Jolt's like, have you found it yet? Have you fixed us? Bugger! No! And he kind of looks at his hoof.
Okay,
As a couple of the others start to stir and like, oh, fuck, no.
Yeah. It's like 8 o'clock. I thought you guys are like religious. Shouldn't you be like a white cloak bearer? Like,
It's not easy trying to sleep in this body.
okay. Head back. Guys, we're just going to look for a cart so we can transport you to the witch to get your turn back.
Okay,
Will we
Be
back
quick.
soon?
be quick, please.
I will. You're my favourite pig person, Tolbot.
Oh, fuck off. Get it done already.
Okay, Big T, T-Bird. And then I get my hit by everybody else.
Okay. You have all been waiting for about 11 minutes or so for Terry to get back, who eventually does. Bargained.
Yes,
Your passive perception is 16. You notice
correct.
that Monsek is about an inch shorter than he was normally. And he hasn't noticed.
What the hell?
You're an inch shorter.
Well, I don't know this yet.
Nope.
Just kind of walk over and just kind of like stand like with my chest in Monsek's face and just kind of put my hand across the top of his head. You know, people kind of like measure faces, see each other and go,
Yeah.
"Did you lose some heels?"
Like, I sort of like squint at him and then realise what he mentions, and it's like, no, I've always been this height. It's not anything different. You're just really tall.
And I kind of lean down and I go, and like as I get down, like my back gives a little crick and just sort of goes. I was like, well, my back never had to bend this far before to talk to you.
I'm short. Deal with it.
You are short.
Okay. Do you try to correct it?
I just not now where people are watching. It'll be like something that I'd gain, like the increments lower than an inch. I don't know what that is. What's less than an inch? Like
Half an inch?
yeah, like slowly, like not even that. Just like slowly gain up to the inch, just like very
millimeters.
minorly back up to it.
Will
So
you
it's
notice that
unnoticeable.
as you try to do this in a slow
Like I said,
way,
this would be over an hour.
you can't.
I tried, like,
You are locked from changing your form.
I was about to go like, I was going to look into my blade and then go try and change my eyes into like reptile or other sort of races eyes in different colours. I'm going to guess that just fails.
Doesn't work. Your eyes remain as you are currently.
We need to leave. Something's wrong.
Why, what's wrong?
Like a visible panic in my voice. I've lost control of something I usually have full control over. Panicking. Need to leave.
Jeez.
What?
Where's Tickle? We need to leave.
And
Oh,
it's at this
where
point,
have you gone?
it's at this point Tickle comes strolling back with a beaming smile.
Woo.
Tickle. Change check.
Hey, rude.
Like
I don't
grabbing his like shoulders, panic like. Change check.
Oh, we're leaving.
I have 16 copper.
Just eyes. Change check. Please.
I do not.
Okay, we need to leave. Seriously, fast.
Why?
I just go up to Kilnar, very sort of, like whisper and just go. You know that secret we found out about ourselves in the woods?
I wasn't trying to charge, but Liam's in the way. It's like,
Did Kilnar see? I can't remember.
No, he did.
I can't control that, and if I change in front of these people, I die. So, are we leaving?
Oh.
Great. We're going now.
Okay. Where are you heading?
Don't care. Somewhere not here.
Well, you've got the whole map of the town in front of you.
Sorry, that was a real answer to us. Okay.
Can we sort of notice any sort of fires still going on?
Perception
Wait,
check, please.
I can move through him, but I can't just do the whole thing as a charge because he's in the way. There's normal move up to him and then do that road step.
Given the morning light, you see no fires?
There's no smoke.
No.
Cool. Okay, so what do we need to... Hang on, so we... From previously, we got the blacksmith shelf in the top right, left.
Right, you've got the blacksmith and carpentry and other moojimy bobs there. The large selling district and market there, along with the large tavern. And the church is fairly obvious.
What's the little building in the cemetery? Is that not also a church?
No, it's a crematorium.
Shall we go to the blacksmiths and the
I
woodworkers?
mean,
It's
I'm all for going to a graveyard in a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, it's like going to the last place you're going to look.
Yeah.
I feel like we need a cart.
Carpenters, then. That's where we knew where a cart was. Let's go!
My job is just to stab. Don't tell me
I'm just jittering there, sort of like just constantly checking all my parts, see if it's still the same.
Yeah. Make a perception check really quick. Everything's the same outside the 1 inch. So, really quick, are you cutting across the buildings or are you following the path?
How elevated is the mansion from like the others? Is it like on a hill or is it flat?
It's on a hill, but it's not tragic. But you're probably looking at about a 50-foot incline total.
I've got to remember what feet are in meters because I get confused.
I'll put it this way, Blake. You're about 5'10". So 50 foot is about 10 of you.
Yes, I'm totally 5'10". I am totally that tall.
I said about.
Okay. So would we be able to see over the houses to the blacksmith?
You
Or
probably
no?
see the very tips of roofs, but that's it.
Oh, that's right. So go. Yeah.
Can we just make a decision? Seriously don't want to be here now.
No, you just go outside to the limit, start it, and we'll meet you there.
Yeah. Can we kind of go in between the houses and the forest for a bit and then cut across?
So you want to go like
Can I do
like
it?
that?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. That's the wrong thingy wingy. So, are you guys stealthing or are you guys just going?
We'll attempt stealth.
Yeah,
Okay.
try and be stealthy and dodge the creatures.
Can everyone roll stealth?
Ow, it's rolling really bad today.
Okay. Okay. I need to pull up the name of the smithy. As you all roll me your stealths, which you have not done great on, I must say.
But considering how low it is, I probably think I'm the sneakiest bitch on earth.
Yeah, you're not the issue. Everyone else is being loud.
I'm just there going, shh, at everybody.
Yeah, but it's doing that shushing is what's being loud.
I don't know this.
I know. You loudly make your way to the blacksmith. You see the sign out front after about 20 minutes of like sneak running. Like you're trying to run, but you're also trying to be quiet and stealthy about it, so you're not going at full speed. And weaving in between the buildings and the woods. You come to a building with the sign, the casting pot.
Nice.
It has a forge outside that you all can see, and a small shop attached to it where you assume goods are vended.
So we're like just in front of the building?
I'm saying like you're a couple of buildings away from it and you can see it ahead of you.
Okay. Can we see the carpenters from there as well? Or
Perception check.
okay.
You can.
Got the good eyes on.
Directly opposite, you see the carpenters. It doesn't have a name, outside. It's just a
I can't hear you. I'm 15 damage from
generic carpenter's thing. It's not like other stores where they have given it a name. It's just, we're a carpenter's, deal with it. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay, doke.
But
Can we see that? Sorry.
Can you see what?
In fact, can we just see a convenient car outside the carpenter's just right there?
It's opposite the blacksmith.
No, can we just see like a car, like a nice car just outside the carpenter?
Shut up.
No, okay.
Can I have a listen to see if I can hear any of the undead or
Perception check.
like hag cackling?
Perception check. No. The air is still. Quiet. The sounds of birds can be heard very far off in the distance. And you notice that as you're kind of scratching your head trying to listen and be very quiet, you notice that your hair is thinning and is growing shorter.
What did you take from the?
I don't know, and we don't have time for me to identify what the hell's happened.
Maybe you took something you shouldn't have?
Yes, because he watched us the entire time. I have such sticky fingers.
Was it drugs? Did you do drugs?
I
Right.
wish at least I'd be high.
That's not true. You don't always get high off drugs.
Those drugs are bad and good.
Sometimes drugs
There's
just
just a
kill you.
twitch to my eye. There's just a twitch, just twitching.
Terry, can you make me a perception check, please?
I can. I'm terrible.
Okay. Bargained.
Yes.
You notice on Terry that his currently in her form has also shrunk about 6 inches. It's quite noticeable in comparison.
She shrunk a cup size as well.
Have I become a below average age?
Actually, yes, you notice that the chest has started to shrink and the belly has started to swell.
Well, Trevor said he wasn't going to tell anybody about the pregnancy until we were much further along.
You notice that the hair is going slick and greasy as well, and is thinning and growing shorter.
Well, how have I not noticed this?
Because you've been too panicky over your own situation.
And plus, you don't have the good passives. Ooh, or the eyeballs. I'd kind of go over to Terriette the Tickler.
Terry's a unisex name.
Yeah, but not with that spelling.
Hello.
And again, kind of do the same, just kind of measure, and then just look down and just go, boink, and poke like just the top of it, and just say, "You're getting smaller too."
No,
What?
that's my average buzzer. You know
This is
what?
why I said the change check, to see if you could still do your abilities.
And then like
Was it
kneel
something you
down,
stole?
and then like
I don't steal things.
poke her belly, and just go, "And podgy."
You know what?
And we need to leave before these two change back.
In
I'm
like
not
in like a quick reaction of like, how dare you, and like the realization, you let out a very deep snort.
Me?
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
You know what you know what I'm gonna do?
Hmm?
I'm gonna get my mannequin hand and put on my rings, just because I can.
Okay. You put the 3 silver rings on. Nothing happens.
Knuckle duster of face beatings.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna hold the mannequin hand and just like coat my neck with it, like boop, on the nose.
You're
You
gonna
won't
poke you what with it?
recognise.
I'm going to mannequin hand, just like poke her on the nose.
It boops your nose.
Seeing that both of us are getting changed, can I have a quick check of the other two?
Perception check. Or investigation check if you want to get hands on with it. They look the exact same.
Mm.
What check would it be to sort of like link this to the hag's magic?
Say that again.
Like, in my own mind, I can tell that this is like the hag's magic towards turning people into pigs, but yeah, my character wouldn't have known that yet. What sort of like putting the clues together sort of thing would it be? I'm gonna leave it up to the dice, see if I'm intelligent enough to do this.
Just do a flat intelligence check. You have no idea. That
Seriously,
calming
need to
flowers
leave
might
this
come
town
into
now.
use now.
Seriously, need to leave quickly. Losing control.
Well, you are outside the blacksmith and the carpenters.
You know what? Bugger. Can I cast detect magic?
Yes. You sense the magics of the items that people procured,
Mm-hmm.
the necrotic energy that you saw penetrating Bargain's soul, and you both see a dark enchantment on both of you.
What colour is it? Like,
It's a brackish purple,
ooh.
and you see it slowly engulfing every portion of your body. Like a snake bites venom, as it slowly infects all the veins, this is slowly taking over everything.
What do
Hmm.
you see?
Oh, it's definitely magic. Do I know
Oh,
if it's
great.
originating from anywhere or...
It's not a school of magic you recognise.
No, what I mean is like, is it like just coming onto us or is it like kind of trailing from somewhere? Does that make sense?
Its source is yourselves. Roll a
So it's like-
perception check.
$18?
On nearby buildings, you see similar colours emanating from very hard to notice scratch markings in the wood, small runes and effigies placed and hidden in places, dotted around the town.
Figures would be like little like figurine things, wouldn't they?
Small
Like-
engravings, little like dolls and small effigies that give off this same colour. This same
Oh,
magic.
I mean, I shouldn't be excited about this, but I am. Cool. Can I go investigate the closest one?
The what?
Can I go over and investigate the closest effigy?
Yeah. On the underpart of a windowsill of someone's home, you see the purplish fog just like billowing out. You put your hand
Is
under.
this the thing doing it to us?
You see a small bag with signs on it that you don't recognise, and you feel inside that there are items, and it's twine tied.
Can I undo the twine?
You do. You undo the twine and you see small animal bones. Looks to be birds, maybe. Spices and some powders and different components. Just something you don't know.
Oh, it's some fun hoodoo voodoo.
I could see probably what it is, but I'm going to need time. I'd prefer to save my spells for fights, but if we have time, I can do it slowly and find out what it's doing, or I could do it instantly.
Do it now.
Okay, I cast, like, actually cast Identify.
Okay, can you pop it up in the chat for me a sec? Okay. What you are looking at is like a router for Wi-Fi. It's a range extender for what seems to be a potent curse. These different effigies and markings and runes extend the range of whatever curse is going on that is affecting the both of you. You don't know the
So
origin
could
of the
I
curse because
think-
you're identifying this item, which is essentially something that gets put in, and if it picks up the curse, it's then able to transmit it and broadcast it in a radius itself, which, when you chain them together, creates a large radius.
I rip it in half. Figuring that out, I just rip it in half.
You rip the
Go,
fabric
does
in
that
half.
change anything?
You watch the fog as all the components are scattered and the bag is destroyed. It no longer produces that brackish purple.
What sort of quantity of these can I see in the area we're in?
With your perception roll, in a 30-foot radius around you, you probably see 2 or 3, including the one that was broken.
I'll go over and investigate the next one and see if that's the same thing. Or
The
there's
next
like,
one you see is a small porcelain doll that the head lifts off, and inside you see another pouch. Same design, same colour, same internals.
I just follow Blake around, tearing them up as he finds them.
Yeah. You find another bag.
So if we clear like a 30, what was it doing? Obviously there's that many. No, so say we got this group of houses at the top. If I do because I can do my tumble and do like 90 foot in a go.
Mm-hmm.
What sort of like density of them is in this top corner of houses?
Like I said, they're about, or they all seem to be, in and around 30 foot from each other. So,
Okay.
and given the issues of this town, one would assume large portions, if not all of the town, are covered.
So can I spend the hang on, how long is this on for? 10 minutes of my spell going round and taking out as many as I can find. Just in this top
Just
left
bringing
corner.
them out so they're seen. Roll
Yeah.
me a investigation check. I'm going to mark it on thy map.
And then hopefully my bros can destroy them as I'm finding them.
You manage to successfully cover that area, and you feel that you are successful in your acts of removal.
Once we've destroyed them, I gesture everyone to move back towards the woods, like the furthest point in this sort of central area.
Mm-hmm.
See if the effect fades.
No. You notice no difference in your bodies.
Can we change?
No. Neither of you
Done
currently
for.
have willing control over your ability to change form.
You know, this is going to become emotional. Can I? Um, yeah, it's already. So with magic still kind of going, do I see like so is it like just coming from both and like leaving like a kind of a smog over the town, or is it more just like emanating from just the
It's a
pouches?
very localized to it. It only emanates to like half a foot around, like 6 inches or so. But you see small little dots of black, or at least what looks like black from a distance, which you would assume is more of them. And you do this quickly, as you know your spell of Detect Magic is coming to the end of its 10 minutes. You quickly look around and you see little mottles of black dotted across the city as Detect Magic fades and you lose sight of them.
Those things are pulling a curse from somewhere. Like, they're sort of like... What they do is
Basically,
grab a
the
spell
curse
and then...
and the pigs.
That... How come you can figure that out? Nothing? Okay. That actually makes sense. Let's go kill the hag.
Because you've just said a curse, the people are pigs.
I didn't
rocket
say
fire.
pigs, but I'm going to guess from our looks you're getting that.
Hi, so I'm a pig. Can you call me Percy Pig?
Okay.
And can you teach me to tap dance?
Okay. That's not going to happen. We're going to go kill the hag.
Oh.
Sort of like, I start shaking in rage. Sort of that thing of like, let's just go kill the hag.
Where are you going to find the hag?
Rumours say that she's in the southeast of the town's forest. Let's go kill her and get rid of this thing.
Okay.
If it's broadcasting, she's probably there.
Are you all going now?
I've just said this to the group. I'm just like waiting for them to move.
Sure, let's go
What's
into the...
kind of like, given we know the layout of the town and we've kind of been to this bit here, kind of how high does this tower here look?
It's a tower that probably reaches 2-3 stories into the air. Probably
Can you
about
see kind of
20,
over
30
the
foot?
tree line?
No, it's used to overlook the entrance to the town where there's a clearing, which is a pathway to the water.
No, when it was on gears, it was on 30.
The trees are quite dense around the town, and you would just see endless green.
Yeah, and I've not been here for most of that time. You name my new favourite member of that family, Carl.
So are we off? Are we going to go kill the hag?
Yes, let's go.
Okay.
Which way are we going through? Are we going to the main thoroughfare?
Well, if you want to go to the southeast, the quickest way would be follow the main road and like that.
As we come closer towards the church,
Yeah.
can I just quickly run inside?
He'll only learn to heal a few
Okay.
seconds ago.
You start your journey about 10 minutes in. Terry bolts from the group and makes a break for the church, which is untouched and secure.
What are you doing?
You fling the doors open.
I know if I follow on screen,
It's
people
empty.
will moan at me.
Oh no, that's fine.
No need to moan.
Can I attempt to transform while inside the church?
Okay. You attempt to transform, focusing on a form you wish to become.
I want my big
Still does
taser.
not. It does not work.
Boo church. Church is a shit.
I don't know how far France is going.
Okay. You know what? Is there like a font with holy water in? I'm just gonna go for it.
Perception check.
17?
Yeah, you see a stone fount at the front where babies are baptized upon, You go over to it and you see a small bowl of water.
You know what?
Oh, I guess I
Let's just try it. Just like dump the water on me.
Okay. You lift the stone basin and throw the water over you. You are now wet.
I remember last time when I nearly fell, so yeah.
Any change in anything?
Nope.
Ah, okay.
But now
Religion's
you
a
are
lie.
wet.
Religion's a lie. Holy water don't work. Let's go.
And you see, as the three of you saw Terry run off, you see Terriette, mid-transform, come out, sopping wet.
Wet t-shirt competition.
Doesn't that A-cups we will not be winning.
Yeah, technically, I think my boobs are bigger than yours now.
Let's not talk about it. I will.
How's our armor and everything fitting at this point?
It's starting to
Like mine's adjustable, but is it getting tight very quickly, or
No,
in
it's
those
getting... You're getting length because you're growing shorter at the minute. All that's happened to you at the minute is your hair's thinned ever so slightly and you've lost about 2-3 inches on your height. Terry's transformation seems to be much more drastic so far. And further along.
Oh, I wonder
Height
if
has
it's-
been lost. Stature is starting to change as the curves that you normally had are being replaced with frumpy, podgy lumps.
Oh,
the hag?
I wonder if it's like cross-contamination because I was like sticking with the pig, but it's worse. Oh, this is fun.
Secondary infection.
Yeah, like, yeah. Corona, I mean, pig virus.
With swine flu.
Yep.
So are we getting to the edge of the city at this point? Sort of like.
This was about this happened midway. About another 10 minutes go by as 20 minutes has now gone by. Since when you noticed Terry had changed and you were at the forest's edge.
How do you propose we find this, hag, did you call her?
She's a hack.
Yeah, it's what everyone else has been calling her. I'm just going by a name and kill it.
We prefer Woman of the Forest. Thank you very much.
I was hoping that you as a druid would be able to either speak with plants or something to give us a direction.
I mean,
Really
I
hoping on
generally
that.
talk with animals. I can talk to plants, but they can't talk to me. I do have a really bad idea.
What's a bad idea? It's better than no idea.
Well, let's see how far we get, and if we kind of lose any tracks, then we'll go with my really bad idea.
Tracks?
Well,
Is there any tracks
aren't we
around?
looking-
Like any footfall?
Survival check.
That's literally what I was just going to look for.
Sorry.
But also, around 4, any of those bags.
Okay. Perception check for you, survival check for Monsec.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah!
Together we find the hag.
You are
She's
able to
literally like 2 steps into the woods. I'm here.
behind you.
Oh,
You are able to find more of the bags. You find another 3 in the vicinity and 1 on the edge of the forest on the floor, where Monsec is currently investigating, and you see where the vegetation has been trodden and disturbed, leading deep into the forest. It's subtle, but noticeable.
Kind of just following the general direction of the layouts, keeping my eyes peeled for more of these bags. Where
Yeah.
does that lead us?
The bag's placement is fairly scattergunned. But the
Scattergans.
the,
New
o-
words.
the only one that seems to not be inside of the town's vicinity is this one on the town's edge, where Monsek has seen a set of tracks.
So we're following those.
So is there any more, like, I think what he's trying to say, is there any more in the forest, kind of like,
Yeah,
leading
that's
to a
what I mean.
house?
Because like you said, like if there's a number of them, are they kind of leading out?
This is the only
a
one that's
particular direction.
inside the forest.
Okie doke. Tracks it is then.
Oh, there's a fire over there.
As I shred these are the bags.
You go through the process of destroying the 4 bags you have since found, and I will say that this area has been secured. So, as you plan to go and look for these tracks, we're going to enter a skill challenge.
Uh-oh.
3 successes are needed. However, 2 fails, something will happen. Something will happen for each fail as well. Someone is going to take point on each section.
Uh-oh.
If you try to use the same skill, the DC will increase. Any skill is permitted so long as you can give me a valid reason for it being used.
I'm actually thinking that how high that is. Cars can't say it's written not be able to get through that.
Okay.
You have pointed out these tracks, Monsek, going into the forest. Who is going to take point on the first leg of this journey?
I'll just, as I found the tracks, I'll take point. Sort of just pulling out my rapier and dagger. And, just
And
look,
what skill are you going
let's
to
go.
be using?
Between his ankles and knees, you said.
Monsek?
I'm gonna go with survival. It's my
Okay.
best chance.
Okay. Roll it, please.
Yeah, this is what I was thinking. I was going to.
Yes.
As that is a success, you follow these tracks into the forest. It seems to be a singular track made up of a very small foot. Or feet, sorry.
As we're going through the forest, can I keep an eye out for, like, some animals?
Perception check, please.
Um,
I'm thinking because I picked it up, I can't sprint there, can I? Unless I'm going to
Okay.
probably around there.
You keep an eye out, but during this first leg of the journey, you don't manage to find any animals. None that you could speak with or anything like that, or see, touch, pet. Second leg. Who's helming?
Who wants to help?
You can do it again, but it's up to you.
Okay. So I'll take over this one.
Okay, and what skill are we
Yay.
using?
Using my speech of beast and leaf, and a fairly booming but just loud but not aggressive voice,
Yeah.
shout to the creatures of the forest to see whether they could direct us, specifically aiming like towards the treetops, see if any birds or anything move. Use an animal handling check.
Yeah! I'll give you that. You make a call out, asking for guidance and direction, and you see a small flock of very small birds scatter off in a direction the way you were facing. Mixture of scared and flee.
shall follow us.
You follow.
I'm gonna say I'm following him.
Okay, okay. That concludes your second leg of the journey. I'm not going to explain whether that was a success or a fail yet. Who is helming the third leg?
Uh, did you say this is like a densely packed forest, or is it more like sparse
It's
or?
dense. It's fairly dense. The vegetation on the floor is thick, and the trees are very close to one another. There are some patches of smaller densities, but not much.
How does climbing speed work? Like if you've got like an
You
actual
use that
climbing
as a
speed.
movement to climb.
Do I need any sort of? Do I need to do any rolls for it? Or is it just like an actual, just like up down climb
No,
speed?
it just works. If you have a climbing speed, it means you can climb naturally. As long as whatever you're climbing is climbable.
So would a tree be climbable?
Yeah.
Okay. So I will identify the closest tree that's kind of big, and I will tumble,
Yeah.
climb to the top,
Yeah.
and looking out across the forest as much as I can, breaks in it that would indicate an abode.
Perception check.
Also, if you like stand on my shoulder and have a big spin jump.
See?
You see small clumps in many places of very small clearings within the forest, but you see no signs of if any of them are the one. But you see a number of clearings where there is small patches where trees do not grow.
There's none any that are particularly larger than the rest.
Not that you can see, unfortunately.
Are they kind of? Are these? How sort of far away are these gaps in the forest?
Multiple distances. There are some near, some far, and they're in most directions.
Hmm.
Using that information and everything like that, would I be able to do an investigation check to sort of see where the tracks are heading and sort of try and guess which
Okay.
way it's sort of aiming for?
Yeah, do an investigation check. It's currently dead east.
Well, if you wait, I can get to just before the door and you can jump off the door.
I relay that to everyone else.
And you spend a short while mulling this over, and confusion as you're trying to figure out what's going on. You notice, Monsec, you have lost more height. Your hair has grown slightly thinner. However, Terry, your proud and pert nose of the female you embodied has slowly started to curl backwards on itself and shrink into your skull as it's slowly taking the form of a snout.
Does this increase my sense of smell at all?
Nope, it's physical, not abilities.
How rude.
We have to hurry, we're running out of time.
Like,
Who is
Not
helming
helpful.
part 4?
I.
Yeah, I'm running out of
Kind of trying to
ideas.
think. I genuinely I don't know. I don't like because like everyone's used like the highest skills, and I'm just kind of like I don't know what else to use.
Sadly, I can't persuade the tree into telling me.
Why not?
Because I'll even give you bardic inspiration.
I don't think the tree is going to talk to me, considering I don't have talk to trees. That's why I was looking for animals, but there was none. Um,
What are you doing?
do I notice any creatures in my vicinity this time?
Huh?
Do I notice any creatures in my vicinity?
Perception check, please.
You know what? Who's got? Can I ask Bargund to see if he can see any animals for me? But he's got good perception.
If Bargund wishes to help, perception check.
Bargund, help me out, bro. Find me a critter.
Okay. Who's making the check?
I've got Carl's character sat on my shoulder. I could
Hmm.
probably to ask you if I wanted. I might push the talking.
If you can do the roll, Bargund.
Exactly, like we did in the launching.
Just a normal perception
Blake
roll.
will
yeah?
help you.
Mm-hmm. At advantage.
Okay.
Carl would be a character for my golden.
Okay.
That is really.
As it stands, there is none in the immediate vicinity that you are able to procure or see.
Yeah, we can't make the renting food stuff go up there.
These animals have been really unhelpful, guys.
Again, who is helming part 4? Time is being had. And it is going fast.
Bargained.
The inner one we
I want
the outer one.
Ben. Would you be able to do a survival check, and I'd do an inspiration as me trying to get you to do it.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Go on,
yeah,
Bargain.
that's
You're
fine.
great at this survival thing. You can do. You could get us to this hag faster, please. Help.
Okay, so just in the general area, have we already got tracks that we see?
That would be a survival check because you stopped relying on those. You lost sight of them to follow birds.
Okay. Let's see.
We're gonna say add a D6 to your roll, or I'll roll it and then you can add it.
Switch to numbers.
You still whip it with your rifle?
Okay.
Tell me if I'll call to one side and come after you.
You don't see any tracks right now, but you see where, over time, brush gets kicked and trampled on to the point it creates like a natural pathway. You see hints of that in the underbrush of the forest floor. And you can see very small pathways going in various directions, but all seeming to relate and to one area going east.
Okie doke. I will turn into a direwolf.
Yeah.
But he's still on my shoulders, remember?
Given the fact that I'm large, would one person be able to come on my back, I think?
Yeah.
10 to there.
Okay, so... eeny, meeny, miny, kill now.
That was a 10. That was 10 to
Because if shit kicks off, I want a frontliner with me.
No offense, bards, but you know,
Thanks.
yeah, I can't take a punch.
Hey, I took a
And
couple of
Dude.
punches for you.
can I use my nosy nose to sniff out the tracks and kind of follow the sniff around like the breakage of the underbrush and see if I can pick up a scent to follow?
You pick up a scent of wildflowers and berries with a hint undertone of lavender. Going deeper into the forest, you follow it. Do the bards follow the direwolf?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna try. I'll dash as much as possible.
Well, he's going slow because he's having to sniff the scent out. As we moved maps.
Oh, that direwolf was angry.
Oh, crap, I just changed my...
Can you all see the new map?
Yeah.
Excellent. You start to see some of the paths converge, and you see where the grass has been trodden down so much it creates a small pathway through the forest.
I should just continue heading inwards. Mega. Kill now still on my back, so hang on. We're good.
Stop! Stop right there! You
I'm
violated the
gonna
law.
say I'm gonna try and keep up with them.
Stop! Stopping! Go back! I'm not done. You see a small clearing in the forest in which you see small, simple wood fence surrounding an area where trees are following inside as well. You see a small garden in where things are being grown, and the front of a old, dilapidated wooden shack. There are no lights, and it doesn't seem like anybody is home.
How's our transformation going?
Not much progress for you, but Terry seems to be progressing about 2 times as fast.
So at what point am I at now?
You're right, little porker.
You've probably lost about 7-8 inches of height. You've noticed your nose has curled fully up and is starting to shrink inside itself. Your hair has receded and going a thick, wiry, greasy hair. Your chest has deflated as well as your belly has inflated. Your back is starting to hurt as it's just becoming awkward to walk.
Okay.
As your body feels like it wants to be on 4 legs, but not. You're still managing to hold it. It's just in a bad back, an achy back.
You know what? Can I take off all my clothing by my underwear? Like, put everything in my backpack?
Okay.
Like, keep the decency, but, like...
Well, you say that, but you are transformed as a woman, so there is things out. You don't have women's clothes. You can't change your clothes as a changeling, only yourself.
I know.
Okay.
Didn't you take that woman's clothes from me?
He did. But they were left outside the town of Salyinka.
But you said my boobs have gone, didn't you?
Going.
You know what? Who cares? I can all see my tits, they're not mine. Just okay, take my top off, take my trousers off, just keep my...
Okay.
And take my rings off, like, all my accessories just go in the backpack.
Okay. So, for the benefit of rules, that means your AC is now 10 plus dex because your armor has been taken off.
Oh, it was the same regardless.
Okay.
As I was aware. Yeah, it's the same either way.
Okay.
So, shall we go in?
Can we hear anything? You said we couldn't hear anything, didn't you?
Perception check.
Let me catch up with me. Side back.
No. Seems like no one's home.
Does anybody else want to have a listen?
I'll have a listen. But I do have keen hearing and smell.
So would it be
I
an
don't-
advantage?
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to. I haven't got thingy on this, I don't think.
Shh, Carl.
There it is.
Don't give it away, Carl.
So is the perception using mine or the thing, the direwolves? Because it's the direwolf.
It's you.
gets an
You get the
so it's-
advantage by being the wolf, but you still use your perception.
That's fine. Mine's better than the wolf's anyway. Yay.
Sorry.
To call off this one, potentially screwing something up. So I think I have to stop making the contact.
16.
And what are you listening or looking for?
I was doing a listen.
Okay. You listen keenly. Nothing in the vicinity catches your ears outside of the noisy compatriots around you.
If only we had some big, massive, strong guy to hold it over.
Anything?
And just kind of look to the ground and just kind of claw into it, just SHH, just shh.
I go silent.
And can I do a heckin' skulk up?
Okay, roll a stealth. Kilnar, can you make a stealth as well as you're on his back?
It's physical, so is stealth the thingies or mine?
Yes, because it's dex based.
That's fine. Normal stealth? 14?
Kilnar, stealth for you too, please.
He's not in roll 20.
Oh, I will roll a stealth for Tom. Unless you want to kick him off.
Yeah, I'll shake him off. It's fine. I'll
Shake
be
him off.
stealthier on my tag.
Okay, so make your approach.
Listen, if you're stood there from the door, I need you to back the threat next to the door.
I'm just gonna kind of squeeze by these mushrooms, try and not stand on any of them.
Okay.
Can I kind of see any windows?
You see, above the rose bush outside, a shuttered, mouldy wooden window.
Is the shutter closed or
Yes,
open? Closed.
Sorry.
it's closed.
So is this lying here the house? Here. Oh, hang on. Why is it not thinking? No, it don't matter.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing as he's skulking up?
Because I'll wait for sort of if he goes to attack, growls, sort of like if there's anything indicating he needs, fighting, like someone to come help, like I'll try and skulk over.
Can I try and kind of come round the house a bit?
Okie
Can't
dokie.
see how far down it goes.
Okay, let's get some revealies. And this is what you see.
I'm gonna try and use my strength. I'm gonna use my strength to try and force the door open.
Any more windows or anything?
None. None so far.
Well, that use a strength test to try and.
Do little skulks and keep coming around the house.
Strongest guy here, I rolled a 7. Great. Maybe just need them soul.
Can I go the other way around?
Stealth
Kilnar,
check,
you were
please,
knocked off
by
his back.
Terry.
Hmm?
Stealth check, Terry.
Yes, sir.
Forensics anthropology site. It's a decomp park. It's like a playground. We use them to study how nature.
That would be nice.
With the changes in your form, you're not quiet. Not how you would like to be.
So that when it happens to innocent people, we have to guide us.
Go do it.
His memories from training were there. But don't look at me like that.
I'm gonna say, can I stealth up to the front door?
You can. Can I have a stealth check, please? As quiet as a church mouse. You do not garner your attention.
Would I be able to look, see if I can look through gaps in the door and things, see if anyone is in, through like
Perception
keyholes
check.
or things like that?
You take a look inside between the cracks in the door, and
And what do I see?
darkness. You see darkness. As there is no lights on inside. No one. You can see nothing going on.
I believe what you're saying. Okay, and we're listening.
It's empty.
Just want to be armed with everything.
Anyone else?
Before we talk to your stepfather.
So, have we found the back door yet?
There is
Okay.
no rear entrance to the property that you see. Only the
Is it-
front door and a singular window are the only points of entry or exit.
Can't believe you managed to do that. Can't believe that.
Do you want to try going in through the front
I'm
door?
gonna say, I just gesture to Kilnar to come over, and just like point at the door with like point at my foot, then point at the door,
Maybe we
and then
should
move
knock
back
the
out
light.
the way.
Someone's in.
Go on.
I'm going to kick there.
God, you guys are so rude.
You're going to kick the door?
Yeah.
Can I have a strength check?
You've lost a lot too much. And I get that, believe me, I do. So, can you tell us, did Josh have any evidence?
That's a strength save, so I've got to take 3 off.
Trying how
No, 2. So yeah. Success. As you kick the door open and the wood splits and splinters as the door creaks open and you see inside.
mother and son, dead in the same spot. Interesting.
Hang on, guys, I'll be right back.
Okie dokie.
I'll lean out the way so you can get to his ear.
Here is what you see in the darkness. You see a table and chair, old and decrepit to the left, with a animal fur rug on the floor, and another patchworked rug ahead of you. sprawled across the floor, aged into it. Another door on the left. The room has a musty and dust-covered smell. And it's not particularly pleasant. It's like when you've opened a sock drawer that's been closed for 20 years.
Stood at, is it locked before I try and kick it open?
Baby's bigger than you, Carl.
You gonna try that door then?
Are you not coming in, Bargain?
Terry?
So, are you coming in?
I've come in. Can I have a look at these rugs? Are they diabolical rugs?
Make a nature check.
Sorry, what did I miss?
You died.
Or are you standing outside?
Yeah, you were charmed. We had to kill you. All the bad things.
That's fine.
One.
They're animals. They're dead and on the floor. That's it.
I can't see through my tears. You can see my eyeball starting to tear up at the
Blubber.
sides and animal flesh is being used in this terrible fashion and not maintained.
Or is I've kicked the door off, Terra, so you can just walk straight in.
Oh, well, no, but can I just gently knock on the door frame so I've got manners? Right,
Okay.
knock, knock.
You knock
And
on
then
the
walk.
door frame and then enter.
Dan, is the door that I'm stood at?
Same with mine.
The one that you're stood at, Kilnar, is locked. However, the one that you're stood at, Monsek, is not.
I just swing it
The door
open,
open again.
kind of angrily.
Okay. Can I have a strength check from you, Kilnar? Okay. You give the door a boot and you watch some of the wood splinter and split, but it doesn't break. Not yet.
Bargain, we can go this way.
Should I get it until it opens?
Roar.
Yeah, don't have me lost strength no more. 18
Roll another strength check, Kilnar, as we go to the bedroom.
Can I do a heckin' sniffing?
You can do a heckin'
Yeah, I was gonna
sniff.
say I was gonna investigate.
So investigation and perception. You open the door and you see a room filled with small metallic trinkets of what looks like incenses and other scent related trinkets. On a desk you see a poorly maintained but fairly comfortable bed to the left. The room is small. There is not much in the way of availability for lighting. As bargained, you enter the room. The door's so close to the table that you shove the table as you walk in.
Yeah, who's the next strongest after BL?
What was this? Where am I thinking? What's the pile of stuff near the top of that, north of the house? They got the little table and
Go a second, guys. Be back.
The little what?
yeah. What's this bit?
It's a table and chair and a pelt of an animal flayed on the floor for decoration.
Okay.
Long since made and old and broken.
Right at the door this time.
We're all going to die down here.
Do I notice any disturbances? Oh well, they've all walked in and it doesn't matter now, but
Yeah. You kick the door and your foot goes through the door. The wood shatters, but the door's actually still shut, but your entire boot went through it, so there's now a hole in the door. Hasn't opened yet, but there is now a hole in the bottom half of the door.
would you like me to attempt to pick the lock?
I was just going to say, is it small enough for Terry to fit?
No, it's probably about... Like I said, it's foot-sized. It's not very big, but there's a hole in the door.
I'll pull my foot out and get.
Yeah, as you pull your foot out, splinters of wood just break off.
Can I attempt to pick the lock?
You certainly can. Please roll for it.
Which one do I roll?
Sleight of hand.
Thank you. 15?
A 15, you say? Oh, how cute. You pick the lock, and the problem is, because the door has bowed slightly, the tumbler and pins are all damaged, and you are unable to pick that lock.
Whacking it till it breaks.
I'll just get it this way. I'm just going to go and lie down on these spurs in the middle, just like have a nap.
Okay.
But not nap, just like lie down, like, ooh.
And I'm gonna come over and just kind
Possible
of
to
nudge you
whack
off them.
Lock with my great axe.
Roll a weapon attack.
Jesus Christ. That was one bomb, me.
Let's get some severity on that. And first natural one of the game. Oh, wait, no, second. Severity has been rolled. You swing your great axe at this door. The door gives entirely and breaks in half. However, roll me a dexterity save, please. Okay. You stumble in about 5 foot, fall prone just shy of the burning wood fire beneath the bubbling pot.
Chuck now there.
You don't take any damage. You're okay for now.
Hearing the noise, I come running in and clumsily run all around the room and knock the boiling pot on you.
Roll a dex.
I'm not actually running in the room.
You said it. Monsec, Terry, you both hear this clatter bang as finally this door has given way and Kelnar falls through, toppling arse over proverbial tit.
How does this room be smelling?
Roll a con save.
That's a dire wolf con save, I believe, isn't it?
Yes. Physical stats are done by the animal. Mental stats are done by you. There's a very offensive smell in the room, and given a wolf's heightened sensitivity to certain smells, you are repulsed by the sulfuric, acidic, rotten smell that's protruding in this room.
So I kind of back up and just go, and just rest on the floor.
Yeah, you retch a few times. You don't barf, but by God, it's horrible. Something in there is repulsive.
Can I go in and investigate this death table thing?
Investigation, please, my good sir. Let's see what you can find. Okay. You look over this table and you see potions and vials, ingredients and things of natures of which you don't fully know.
Do I see any like notebooks or like instructional
There
kind of
are
things?
parchments, but it's what languages do you know?
Hang on. I'll tell you the kind of thing. The answer is common, draconic, and dwarven.
In a language you do not understand.
Is there any pictograms on there, like
There is no pictures.
pictures of pigs?
The room is bland, but this desk, a torch on a pole, and a cauldron that is bubbling away calmly in the corner, and
Can I-
shelves with ingredients and components.
Can I cast detect magic?
You can, my good son. Using another spell slot to cast Detect Magic. You are welcomed with the auras once more. You sense a mix of enchantment and illusion.
Does anything about anything in the room feel familiar?
Ibex.
Hmm?
The thing is, this came to the long rest, doesn't it?
Sorry.
Broke into
Like
the
that.
door and there was a horrid
Cool.
Does anything
smell
feel?
over.
Does anything feel familiar to the evil hoodoo in the town?
Seems like it's the exact same.
Convenient. I'm glad we found the right house and not dealing to the good witches.
Sorry, I'm just gonna ask, what did you find with the investigation?
And it ended with me
Coming to
sorting
you.
out by
I left.
What
Sorry.
did you roll? Because I didn't see your roll, unfortunately.
16.
A 16. You notice all the smelling paraphernalia of incense and smells on the table.
Oh
The-
no, that was just in the bedroom.
the-
Sorry.
Yeah, the bed is
Okay.
filled with old and tattered but still fine silks with patches and holes. The bed, while it doesn't look nice, is pleasantly comfortable and soft. And that's what you see.
Okay.
So you said this potion in the middle is kind of where the vibe's coming from most.
No,
did you
no
say?
it's coming from all parts of the room. I just said there are potions on the table.
Okay. So you know this bit in the middle, like this big cauldron.
Mm-hmm.
Does that feel similar or dissimilar to the vibe that's been going on around town?
One in the same.
Guys, this potion's a bit funky. I think we should like get rid of it, spoil it.
We on about the big like
Can I use Identify on it?
You're going to cast
Oh,
Identify using a spell slot?
Yep, I'm using a spell slot.
Okay. You cast Identify on the cauldron. You sense that this is a particularly potent curse. The curse is where a person shows an act of greed. Their form is changed to match such act.
So why am I not a dragon?
1 minute. Would that mean that if there was a dragon within range, it would turn it into a pig?
You don't know.
Like just as a player, not as an actual character.
They would have resistances to it because they have magical resistance, but yeah.
I mean, you just
Okay.
legendary save it, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. With that, like, investigation of it, would I know how to remove it? Oh god.
What?
Would I know how to remove it?
Intelligence check. Arcana check.
I'm fine waiting if you need to. So I'm fine waiting to do the level thing until next week if you need to get those.
Oh, I'm stupid.
Oh, unfortunately, you have not dealt with magics of this nature, and you're unsure of how it would be best to be dealt with. You bargained, as you're the one outside of this room. You hear the slow and calm footpats, and you see a young human woman stick her head in concern and look at you and go, "You're not supposed to be here. What are you?" And kind of takes a step back in surprise. You see a slender, delicate figure with ashen blonde hair and green eyes in a flowing forest green robe.
Give me 2 seconds because I've literally just died. My fingers died. So seeing her do this, non-hostilely, just kind of lie, almost slink to the floor, keeping my hackles nice and low, and just scratch onto. I'm assuming there's dust on the floor.
The room is not the best kept, and you could just scratch it into the wood.
Yeah, just friend.
Okay, I'm just going to put you back there a sec, Killer. She takes a step in and kind of curiously looks at you. You three in the other room hear this softly spoken female voice come from the other room.
Be a smart idea to send Fonseca as he looks the most human.
I can.
You go, because you look the most human out of us three.
I'm guessing this is in Whisper. I come out, sort of hearing the commotion, and go, "Oh, hello. Sorry about the door."
What are you all doing in my home?
I
This is
point
great.
at my face and go, "Have a guess."
She looks at you for a second and cocks her head, and you see her eyes squint. I don't understand. What are you talking about?
I have followed your trail of magic from all the things you have given people throughout the town. A curse of greed, it seems, that turns the owner into a greedy creature. I do find the humour, though. I'd like it removed.
She kind of puckers her face a little bit, I didn't do this. What are you talking about? I haven't done anything.
Do you own this home?
Yes, I've lived here in solace for years.
So that huge potion thing in the back isn't yours? Pointing back towards where I just came from. I'd like to intimidate her at that point, sort of that thing of I'm investigating onto you.
Okay, roll for it.
God, I'm rolling garbage.
You are.
You see the face and the mouth just curl with a slight smile. You are an inquisitive one, aren't you? But if you saw that and you know what it is, then that means you're deserving of your new form. You are greedy and selfish.
Greedy of knowledge? I find that a classical trait.
You're greedy and selfish for your own nature like the rest of humanity.
I was only in the library
But
when this started to get to me.
It
I tried to
doesn't-
deceive her I'm innocent. But
Roll a
it's
deception.
I was in the library being greedy in knowledge.
Roll a deception.
Deception.
Well,
My greatest feat.
well, greed works in many ways, and you must have deserved what comes to you. This parlour trick is rather tame. If you do want it released, however, I can. And she kind of lowers her head and looks up at you. For a price.
Can I give her a
Name
snarl
it,
at this
because-
point?
Just intimidate her, like, do you really want to start this?
Okay,
I go,
roll, both of you roll intimidation.
Crap. I haven't turned my advantage off, but yeah.
damn.
I'm a goddamn wolf. Of course I'm scary.
And Kilnar? Not as scary.
Not scary next to me.
Okay. So she's not phased by Kilnar, but looks delicately at the dog in front, who is snarling and baring its teeth. Well, it seems like wolves don't know when to back down. And she fires a sickly green ray towards you.
Whisper to Ben and go, I'd move it out the way now. Fire attack right at her face.
Does a 23 hit?
Oh god.
Yes.
Okay. You
need to
take
put his HP on
my
there.
dearest friend. "12 points of poison damage, and can you make me a Constitution saving throw?"
Yes, 2 seconds. He's a Wolficon. He's got no punches to it. 12.
That is a fail. Until the end of this person's next go, you are poisoned.
Uh-oh.
Okie dokie, that's fine.
I think it's high time we call for a little thing known as initiative.
Augustus on his 780 is still on there.
I deleted him.
No, it's coming back from the dead. Just put this picture.
So, remember to click your characters when you roll initiative. Brilliant.
I
Brilliant.
did, but I don't know how it works with my... Oh, it does work, that's fine.
And this
Wow.
lovely person goes at that initiative.
Oh god, Tickle, are you okay?
I'm just having a nap. Clearly, just like I don't need this confrontation in my life.
Monsek,
Come on, you can kill her.
you are up first.
By the sounds of it, we need her alive. I slide here. Okay, we need her alive, slide to there, and then go to sort of like
Can't kill her.
just to weaken her and not attack her with my rapier and dagger, but not kill her.
Okay. Damn.
You gentle kid.
Roll damage.
Can I add my psychic blast damage as well?
Yeah, if you want. It's a crit.
Yeah. 2d6.
So, 20 points of damage because it crit. 2d6, which is 2 6s and an 8 for the d8, so that's 20. plus
minute,
5,
I didn't add that.
plus
Okay.
2.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
no,
carry on.
it's auto added. 27 points of damage. Oh no.
It's
Oh.
the 11. Yeah,
Oh,
because it
okay.
was 2 to hit. I don't know why.
So 25,
11 damage.
36 points of damage.
Go down.
Go down.
You rush, like kind of kick jump off the small dining table that's there, and just ram the rapier deep into the sternum as she lets out a shriek.
Did she go down?
You see the form fade. And in its place, her true
Yay.
form.
We
Did I
found the
actually
hag.
take any damage off that?
She takes all of it, and it hurt, but she's still okay.
Yeah, I get a second attack with my dagger, so I'm gonna go dagger that.
Okay. That hits, roll damage.
Yay!
Another 6 points of damage, my. You are becoming interesting. Is that all you're doing?
I'm gonna give Bardic Inspiration to...
You can't, you used your bonus
Oh
action.
yeah, damn it. Okay,
Ah.
continue.
Good.
Wolf boy.
Whoa. You got this.
I'm a bite the hoe. 19?
That is a hit. And I will roll that strength saving throw for you right now. 20.
Yeah, it's DC 13. Does that give me my damage? 10 persons?
Nice. You... oh, sorry, you need to roll that attack with disadvantage. I'm sorry, because I've just realised, because you're poisoned. Can you just roll
I
another
have
attack?
advantage, but I have advantage if she's within 5 feet of an ally. That's
Okay,
why
that's that's fine. You bite into the thigh of this woman, who has since transformed into a hunched figure that, if stood tall, would probably be easily 6 foot. Black, straggly, wiry, greasy hair. The limbs are extended unnaturally and have double joints, where the elbow joint is, and then midway in the forearm they have a second joint that so it crooks in an awkward angle. The robe that was nice and green and flowy is tattered and muddy and filthy.
She's going.
Are you done?
Yeah, I don't think I have any bonus actions. I don't think I do. Yep, just
If
that.
you take
Just
the
a
attack
non-nice.
action, you can bonus action and attack.
Not as a wolf,
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think.
Okay. Just need to quickly find a page, as it is our dearest's turn.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Sorry, I'm just trying to look for a specific thing. Ah, there it is. You see the witch, hag, as you guys have very clearly and aptly found, grabs with her left arm Monsec by the throat and casts Inflict Wounds.
Uh-oh. Ow. Ow.
Does a 15 hit? Monsec?
Yes, it does.
as she used it at that level.
Oh god, multiple levels. Oh, this is gonna really hurt.
27 points of necrotic damage as she
Oh,
just
I'm
unleashes.
down.
You down?
Oh, I am down. I'm down.
She unleashes brackish energy, and you, Kilnar, you see the veins and the skin go black with blight around his neck, and the eyes roll back as she lets him go, and he falls to the floor unconscious.
Do I change back then?
No, you don't. I didn't want to hurt him. The greedy should suffer, but you leave me no choice. Leave or face his fate. As she places a hand crackling with necrotic energy over his body and holds an action. Kilnar.
One minute, that spell wasn't an action?
She's multicasting.
Okay. Use my breath attack with that. Any of the people that are still alive.
It's a 15-foot cone, but considering you're like point blank with this hag, I would give it that it would hit only her, not your friend on the floor.
Okay, then. That's what I'm going to do.
Okie dokie. That's a miss. You breathe your breath weapon on her, and she doesn't seem phased. For whatever reason, your breath attack was not up to scratch. And she just laughs and goes, I gave you a choice and you have made it. As she goes to cast... Where is it? Where is it? Can you make me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Oh god.
Don't I auto fail because I'm on
Not you,
conscious?
him.
Oh, okay.
He's on about me.
And with a 9 you fail. As a bolt of brackish green energy, as not as strong, but a version of blight, is cast upon you. And you take 11 points of necrotic damage. You all have a choice to leave here alive. Think your next actions carefully.
Alright. Well, I finish my go. Can I go into raid?
You can. And with that, are you done?
I'm going to take all my health potions.
How many of them are you drinking? Actually, you can't because you've spent your bonus action.
You're going into rage. So yeah, that's it.
Okay. Terry the Tickler.
Come on, Tickler, you got this.
I don't see how, but... So, I will come out of the room,
Help.
and I will be like, if you just put us back to normal, we'll leave you alone, and leave you carry on what you're doing with your life.
Persuasion check.
Ow.
And also, disguise my jam. 25?
Okay. So you say those words and plea to the hag's better nature. Is that all you're doing?
I will also... Yeah, for now.
One sec. Death saving throw.
Yeah. Is it just a flat D20?
Yeah.
Let's sort it next week, Chris. Let's sort it next week, Chris.
Hell yeah!
Oh!
There you go.
Not
Literally
only
about to die.
are you back on 1 HP, you have your turn.
What did he roll? I can't see it on my end.
He rolled it to me secretly. He rolled a nat 20.
Sorry, I don't know how to do that. I had to turn that off. I'm gonna say, I just like my eyes open and I go, you better make sure I'm dead next time, and just stab a rapier and dagger into her sides again.
Attack with disadvantage. Because you're prone.
Oh, I was gonna get up.
You didn't say it.
I'm sorry. I thought I'd get up, but I didn't know. Okay, I'll change to disadvantage. Rapier. Dagger. Rapier failed, dagger stab.
What was that?
There you go, rapier and my dagger.
The dagger hits on the AC.
4 damage.
As you swing out wildly, and the rapier goes wide, and you do this as you're stumbling to your feet, and then you just do a downward stab with the dagger, and it just grazes the arm, dealing 4 points of damage. Are you done?
Yeah, that's me done. I'm sort of like, yeah, very heavily injured and
Would it be
damaged.
ready to move away from it?
Could have done the disengage action. No, I'm going to hurt her. She just damned me.
You've
no.
still got half your movement. You can't just move away.
You've got less health than I have.
If you want the Twitch, I'm going to eat you in stereo again. Terry Tickler.
Are you moving away?
Yeah, go on. I'm going to like move back towards Tickle. Like here. I know she has an attack on me.
And she's going to take the attack of
1, 2,
opportunity.
Yes.
Does a 13 hit?
Exactly on the AC.
What's your maximum HP?
24.
This isn't possible. It can't kill you. It's only 2d8 plus 4, so once again you go down onto death saves. I'm not going to roll it because there's no chance of an insta-kill. I would need to roll at least 25. One for your one
Could you
current
roll
HP.
a crit?
No, because I already hit. I rolled a 13.
Oh, okay.
If I'd a crit,
Yay.
you'd have been in danger. Like, serious danger.
Oh, yeah.
Because it would have been
danger.
20 plus 2d8. And I would have needed to roll less than 5 on 2d8.
Oh, yeah, that could have killed me. Permanent.
El Wolf Boy.
Well, you got it.
Take it out, Wolfie.
Nom for crits. Can we double the DC since it's a crit as well?
Let me think. No.
Damn.
14. That's a pass.
Passes.
Oh wait, no,
So the
sorry, no,
second-
I added that wrong. It's a 12. It does succeed.
So
Get down.
So it's 2d6 is 7 plus 3, and then it's another 2d6 for the crit, so those would be a 12 instead of the 7. So 19?
19 points of damage.
And knock that whole prone.
Yeah, man.
And since you're prone, can me being like a big ass creature just kind of stand over her.
Okay. So essentially, you're like moving in here just to lurch.
Or can I just lie prone on her? Would that be classed as a grapple?
Yeah, and you can't do it because you've already used your action.
That's fine.
As it's
I'll
her
just
turn.
tower over her for the minute.
Yeah. I hope you didn't need your friends back anytime soon. As a couple of small movements of the hand and a murmur of an incantation. Poof.
Son of a bitch.
You see a energy engulf her and the hag disappears.
Over to the side. One of my health potions.
Okay. They're
Hallelujah.
2d4 plus 2.
Can I run outside and do a quick lap of the house and see if I can maybe pick up her scent? I assume like I've got her scent
Oh yeah,
from when I was by her anyway.
you've got her blood in
See if
your
I can
mouth.
pick it up. Yeah, so like see if I can kind of pick up a direction that she might have teleported to if it's in a
Perception
the
check.
area.
Kilnar, how much do I add for HP?
Oh, it'll just be at normal because I've got my keen smellies, so I'll just turn it back to normal instead of advantage.
Did you say the health
What the
potion
hell?
was there?
What was that?
What did you say the health potion gives?
2d4 plus 2.
I don't think that clips.
No. 6 health.
Yeah.
You will get advantage on your sniff check.
But I'm
Just-
poisoned.
Eh?
I'm poisoned.
Oh,
It
it's
was only to the end of her
next
turn.
So you're not poisoned.
Oh, so I'm not poisoned.
When she teleported,
Oh.
that was when the poison ended.
Sorry, I didn't hear that bit. I shall make another roll. One extra. That one could make all the difference.
You have lost.
Nose up to the wind.
You have lost her scent. She's gone.
She's gone.
And so is our time for this session.
Aye, aye.
Yay.
As it stands, Monsek and Terry, who had the option to speak to the hag and get a deal to have them turn back, instead chose to fight and are...
Did I?
We didn't choose to fight.
Yeah, she attacked us.
No, you attacked her.
No, she attacked me.
She
attacked
attacked.
first.
Then I attacked her for attacking him.
She started this fight.
You guys were the aggressors.
We were not.
She poison
Okay,
sprayed
we
again.
said my second was the most human. Just doing it nicely and then
But-
she just all.
As it stands, you two are doomed to become little piglets.
Good.
Kilnar and Bargand. What are you going to do? How are you going to help them? Bargand, you have your own issue of an infection that's burning the back of your mind, slowly corrupting you. The hag is gone. Her house remains. Maybe something in there will be of help. Who knows? All I know is next week. Next week indeed. So,
See you next week.
see you later, guys.
Next week.